Good morning. I feel very honored to be here today and to have the opportunity to share some of my experiences and ideas. I will start my talk by telling you three things. They are rather personal, but they set the scene for my talk. The first one is, I have a dream. The second one is, I have a passion. And the third one is, I have a purpose. I have a dream and a vision that we can make organizations all over the world more human and people who work in those organizations happier, more engaged, more creative, and more passionate about their work. And when this happens, companies will not need to worry about their bottom line performance and have a passion to make this world a better place and to create a more prosperous future for the young generation. If we can make a difference for our children, then it is our moral and ethical duty to do so. And I feel I have a purpose to use all my knowledge and experience to help make this happen. And I have been trying to make a difference through my research, consulting work, voluntary work, and management hacking work. And this is the reason why I'm here today. I had a leading role, one of the leading roles in the Management 2.0 Hackathon, which was a global collaborative effort to reinvent management. And in this talk, I will share some of my experiences from being involved in this hackathon. And I feel I got a lot out of this experience. I connected with like-minded people from all over the world. I was able to share my ideas and my research. And I was able to learn from others and establish some great working relationships which are still being developed. Now, management hackathons are about reinventing management. And management reinvention has never been as important as it is today. We need to reinvent management because we have a problem. Organizations today face unprecedented challenges, including increasing pace of change, complexity, uncertainty. In the last 50 years, return on assets decreased by 75%, and the average life expectancy of Fortune 500 companies has decreased by 80%. Data shows that only 25% of people are passionate about their work. And global data on engagement show that 80% of people are less than fully engaged. And there is a cause to that problem. The cause are outdated management 1.0 practices based on mechanistic paradigm where everything is viewed in isolation in organizations, and this is where the silo mentality comes from. Bureaucratic organization, command and control mindset, standardization, and specialization. And this worked well in production economy, where efficiency and productivity were the key, but it is very detrimental for modern organizations where innovation and engagement are very, very important for their survival. But the good news is there is a solution to this problem. And the solution is implementing emerging management practices based on Management 2.0 and the principles of Management 2.0, which include meritocracy, community, trust, authority to distribute decision-making, and this will lead to more engaging and more innovative organizations. One of the driving forces for management reinvention is the Management Innovation Exchange. It was established by management reinventor Gary Hamel to bring together a community of like-minded people connected by a common purpose, a desire to challenge a status quo of management, a desire to reinvent management and to inspire the future of management. And today, the Management Innovation Exchange has tens of thousands of members from all over the world with various backgrounds, from young people still in college to senior executives and leading academics. And various organizations are also represented, and examples of companies that are involved include Nike, W.L. Gore, Whole Foods, and HCL Technologies. So what is a management hackathon? Hackathons are a very important part of the activities within the Management Innovation Exchange. So hackathon is a collaborative global effort focused on generating new, bold ideas to create organizations that are fit for the 21st century. The objective is to harness the principles and the tools of the web to make organizations far more innovative, engaging. And this is achieved by using and tapping into collective wisdom of progressive management thinkers and doers, using a staged problem-solving approach over the period of several weeks or months. And one of the latest hackathons was Management 2.0 Hackathon. It began in November last year and it finished in June this year. It was hosted on the social collaboration platform Saba. Almost 900 people started to work on this project. And the parts of the map in the background, which are shaded in blue, show countries where participants came from. It is amazing to see that almost all continents were represented. And all types of organizations and individuals were part of this project as well. And there were 60 mini hacks that were developed. And depending on popularity of ideas in those mini hacks, various teams self-organized and worked on the development of full hacks. And by the end of the project, 21 full hacks were developed. One stage of the hackathon related to brainstorming on the principles of Management 2.0, and these 12 principles emerged. Principles which were highlighted in yellow were those which were chosen by participants as the most important ones to focus on during development of full hacks. Now, just for a moment, I would like to ask you to think about how would it make you feel if you can work for an organization which has open and transparent culture, based on trust and meritocracy, where decision-making is decentralized, where you have opportunities to collaborate with various teams and work within communities, and where you have autonomy to experiment with your ideas and make things happen quickly. How would that make you feel? Maybe some of you are fortunate enough to work for such an inspiring organization, but this is more likely to be an exception than norm. And out of 21 full hacks, I led 4 teams and we developed 4 full hacks. And now I'm going to show you some of the ideas we came up with in 3 of those hacks. The first hack is entitled, "Why Points Trump the Hierarchy to Reward Contribution in Knowledge Organizations." These are the team members that worked on this hack, and there is a link to the full hack available on the Management Innovation Exchange website. One stage of the hackathon related to a development of a database with examples of progressive companies that have implemented at least 3 principles of Management 2.0. One of those companies was an Atlanta-based management consultancy, Brand Velocity, and we used this company as a case study for this hack. The key premise in this hack is that we need to reward employers' contributions with points rather than using a hierarchy to do that, because hierarchy is a proxy for contribution. So people at the high levels in hierarchy automatically get higher rewards regardless of their contribution. So a solution to this problem is to reward points, not to use a hierarchy for compensation. So, for example, at Brand Velocity, employees are rewarded points when they sell great work, when they deliver great work, or when they recruit a diverse group of people who can do the same. And work becomes more fun because the rewarding system is open and transparent. And most interestingly, anyone can earn more than their boss. So the second hack is leading by letting go. These are the team members and the link to the full hack. Now, leading by letting go addresses a fundamental mismatch of traditional vertical, command and control-based leadership approaches with the needs of knowledge workers, because knowledge workers tend to ignore corporate hierarchy. They need to be treated as associates, not as subordinates. And they need autonomy and freedom to experiment with their ideas, to unleash their passion for work, and to be more creative, innovative, and productive. And this is very important because knowledge workers' productivity is the key driving force for the economic prosperity. And leading by letting go can be illustrated by this model. I developed this model on the basis of extensive research in individual and organizational development. The model shows individual developmental levels that individuals go through and corresponding organizational culture. So, for example, at level 1, the dominant mindset is lifeless, the culture is apathetic, people feel depressed, and not much gets done. And then, as we move to level 2, the mindset becomes reluctant, the culture is stagnating, people just do minimum they can get away with. And then at level 3, the mindset becomes controlled, the culture is orderly, leadership style is based on command and control, people are micromanaged, and they do what they are told to do. And levels 1, 2, and 3 correspond to management 1.0. Now, a fundamental shift in performance, engagement, innovation, and value creation happens when a critical mass of employees move from level 3 to level 4. At level 4, mindset becomes enthusiastic and culture becomes collaborative. Leaders lead by letting go. Power and authority are distributed. There is a very strong team ethos and teamwork ethos, and there is a lot of collaboration happening in those organizations at this level. There is a very strong sense of purpose for work. People are passionate about the work that they are doing. And after level 4, occasionally individuals and teams can reach level 5. At level 5, the mindset becomes unlimited and the culture becomes unbounded. And this is when anything is possible to achieve. There is a very strong sense of purpose and passion for work, and people achieve what was thought to be impossible to achieve before. And levels 4 and 5 correspond to management 2.0. So each level has specific mindset, beliefs, thinking patterns, language being used, and anyone can move only one level at a time. But what is important to remember is that levels 4 and 5 are levels that organizations have to aim to achieve, because this is where there is more engagement, more innovation, more value creation, and ultimately more profit. And the third hack is systemic, holistic management, connecting the dots with project monitoring 2.0. These are the team members and the link to the full hack as well. Now, data shows that 70% of large project initiatives fail to meet their original objectives. And some of the reasons for that include inadequate project management methods, which are some of them are outdated, separation of project planning and execution, very strong technology focus, and neglecting people aspect of project management, analytical thinking, and so on. So in this hack, we try to bring a holistic management and the people aspect of project activity into focus so that we can address some of the problems with outdated project management processes. So we developed Project Monitoring 2.0 as an assessment of a tool for project monitoring and feedback, and it was based on my 6-box leadership model, which you can see on this slide. This model was developed on the basis of many years of my interdisciplinary research. Through synthesis of that research, I designed a framework with about 150 factors that drive value creation, innovation, engagement, and performance in organizations. And they were grouped in the 6 key areas which need to be managed holistically. So these key 6 areas include strategy, relationships, individuals, systems, culture, and resources. And I have then developed an online assessment tool with about 120 questions which can measure strengths and weaknesses in those 6 areas. And I have been using it for various organizations to help them move towards Management 2.0. So for the purpose of this hack, we have taken a subset of that assessment tool and created continuous project monitoring and assessment tool to address some of the project management issues that teams are facing. So in this talk, I share with you my dream and the passion to create a better future for the young generation. One way to do that is to change outdated management practices in organizations. Business as usual is no longer an option, and we cannot use the same old solution to solve new problems. And Management 2.0 Hackathon is just one example of the activities that are going on within the Management Innovation Exchange. There are other hackathons announced all the time. The current one is run by Bjarte Bogsnes on performance management, for example. There is an M Prize for most inspiring management practices. If you get involved with the Management Innovation Exchange, your work and your achievements could be featured in Harvard Business Review or Fortune magazine. You can take on a leadership role, like I did. And most importantly, you can connect with a community of like-minded people and work on management reinvention and make this world a better place. I strongly believe that the purpose of life is to help others and make a positive difference. So I hope that many of you will join our management reinvention community and make the difference for our children. Thank you for listening.